The Viola, as they're known, their summer investments would suggest that they're anxious to adopt a very positive approach this season. Fiorentina, whose new campaign opened last week then against Genoa, Sampdoria's rivals, a 1-1 draw in Florence. Well, Gazza is straining at the leash to show his new admirers in Rome what he's capable of, but not today. The Lazio side is the one that Dino Zoff selects here. It's the same one that started against Sampdoria. Aaron Winter for the second half and Giuseppe Signori late on, both featured on opposite sides at Wednesday's Holland-Italy International. Signori playing today against his striking partner at Foggia last season, Francesco Baiano. Well, £15 million spent by Fiorentina in the close season, mainly on strengthening their attacking options. The arrival of Brian Laudrup and Stefan Effenberg from Bayern Munich, augmented by what also looked to be astute signings in Fabrizio Di Mauro from Roma and Baiano, who's actually on loan then from Milan. Not surprisingly, they can't quite find a regular place for him at the moment with the glittering array of talent that they have at their disposal. So the players out on the field now, preparing then for the kick-off. Bragucci of Lazio, Pioli of Fiorentina are the two captains. The referee, Fabio Baldas from Trieste. And alongside me in the commentary position today, former AC Milan player Ray Wilkins, now of course very much a player still with Queen's Park Rangers. And Ray, I know you're looking forward to this one immensely.
Yes, I am, Peter. Good afternoon, everybody. It should be an absolutely belting game. We were very fortunate last week to see Lazio go away from home and attack from the start against Sampdoria. We've got a very creditable 3-3 draw. So let's hope today they're playing on their home soil and they'll give their fans something to shout about. It's a shame that Gazza isn't there, but I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll see more of Paul Gascoigne and hopefully a lot more of Lazio as well in an attacking force. But when you assess the two sides and the sort of players that are playing against each other today, it's quite fantastic, really. On the Lazio side, Thomas Doll, Winter and Riedler, just the foreign players. It's going to be very difficult for Paul to even get a game this season, and that's only good for us because that'll make the foreign players play that much harder, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more exciting football.
Well, certainly no complaints from this commentator if the game's as entertaining as last week. Although in fairness, perhaps asking for 6 goals again is a little optimistic. In the old days, before the more adventurous approach adopted in recent times, you'd have been lucky to get 6 in a season. It's Lazio in the all-blue shirts, the light blue shirts, who will be kicking off, attacking the goal to our right. Fiorentina, of course, in purple. The Italian league has so many talented attacking players now that while 3-3 draws aren't necessarily the norm, well, nevertheless, there's so much to admire in terms of skill and enterprise in the world's most prestigious league. This is Thomas Doll. Free kick to Lazio in the opening seconds as Doll goes down. Doll, who played for Germany in midweek in their win over Denmark. Revenge for the European Championship final defeat. Also, Karl-Heinz Riedler was in the side and Effenberg, and they both score. Laudrup playing for Denmark. Thomas Doll, who's such a valuable member of this Lazio side. So much revolves around him. Signori is there too. So an early test for Fiorentina's defensive qualities. Who's there? And no serious examination there. Alessandro Manini in goal for Fiorentina today, and he's the second choice keeper. He's behind Gian Matteo Maragini, who's out through injury. This is Effenberg. Now then to Pioli, who was sent off last week, plotting his copybook very early on in the campaign. Baiano. A marvellous season, Baiano, alongside Signori then for Baggio. He'll be hoping to repeat that form for his new club, Fiorentina. This is Batistuta. The tackle though by Clavero. The sweeper on the Lazio side. New man from Torino. And they fought him really to cajole and bring on the youngsters around him. This is Fuser. From goal, Fuser again. Strong, hard-running player down the flanks, Fuser. The man that Lazio have acquired from Milan. A very eventful game last week. He scored an own goal. Those of you who were watching will recall. Very early on. Don't blink, you might miss a goal if it's anything like last week. Bayano. Here's Riedler, who was very tightly marked last week by England's Des Walker. Gianluca Lupi came from Juventus, where he couldn't hold down a regular place in the Juve first team. On from Lupi again. Here's Travero. Cavalli, a number of the new faces at Lazio. Hustled out of it though. Now what can Batistuta do here? It's a delicate chip through and Laudrup was arriving. Now Effenberg, they've left Laudrup, but he's offside.
I think there we had our first instance of the back pass rule there, Peter. He found himself, that's Favalli, in a position where he would normally have given it back to the goalkeeper, but had to turn out and try and play his way out of it, and consequently put himself in a bit of trouble. But it's been an encouraging start. Both sides look as if they want to knock the ball around very quickly, and we've had a couple of nice little incidents up to now.
Bacci's pass. Riedler, and he just kept the ball in play then, had he? No, I think the ball was over the line for a goal kick. But a great roar then of anticipation for the Lazio fans who've really taken Karl-Heinz Riedler to their hearts. He's done so well for them since his move from Germany. Riedler with 13 goals last season. And he was certainly kept under wraps by Des Walker. He's such an outstanding man marker. Oh. Just hearing a shock scoreline in Milan, or a goal down to Pescara. Milan, the champions. And that goal coming in the very first minute. Offside flag is up again. So something of a sensation there with Milan trailing, the team that went through the entire season, of course, undefeated, to take the Serie A title. Fiorentina, who've finished 12th in each of the last 3 seasons. So they're certainly hoping to improve on that this time around. Having invested so much money during the close season. Here's Dole. Takes up so many useful positions. Signori now. Faced by Pioli. Could be a chance here for Riedler. Feels the penalty. And the referee turns away.
I don't think it was a penalty, but it was wonderful football leading up to Thomas Dole, very instrumental there. I think the thing especially for the younger viewers watching, is the fact that to watch their first touch on the ball, the first touch of all these guys is absolutely first class. And Thomas Dole has given us 2 or 3 chances to see that in operation, and already he looks a master this afternoon.
Well, he linked so well with Riedler, his German compatriot. At the moment it's Fiorentina trying to string something together here. Orlando is a very talented player, one of whom they're expecting big things this season. But off goes Fuser now. Rampaging down that right flank. Very powerful. Useful cross in, just too long then for Riedler, who's lethal in the air. Signori, and he's just taken that one too far. Karl-Heinz Riedler does score so often with his aerial ability, so they will have to keep a very careful eye on him once that ball comes across into the penalty box. Effenberg for Fiorentina. This is Carlasciali, who's come from Brescia, newly promoted into Serie A. the surprise didn't last too long. Milan are now leading, I'm told, by 2-1. Maldini and the golden boy Lentini with the goals for Milan. So having got a goal down, they're now 2-1 up. Of course, you can see all the goals from all the matches in Italian football, the top flight. Our special feature programme on Saturday mornings, 10:30, with Paul Gascoigne, relishing his new role as a television presenter. I think the Lazio fans would rather see him out on the field, but let's hope it's not too long. The word is towards the end of September. He's penciled in September 23 against Tottenham, and just a few days later against Genoa at home. I don't know what the coach has to say about that, but we'll wait to see. I'm sure Gazza's not trying to pick his team for him, and it will be a selection problem, no question. Dole and Vinter occupying those midfield places at the moment. Garnisciali. And that'll be a corner to Fiorentina. Setting out their stall to entertain this season. And they've certainly indicated that by the signings that they've made, especially this man, Brian Laudrup. Lightning fast. This is Lupi. Pioli. Now Laudrup, who's got away from Favale with far too much ease, and I'm sure for Lazio's liking. Good cross into, and Baiano's header, Batistuta! 1-0 Fiorentina. Set up by the skill then of Brian Laudrup. Baiano's header saved, and there was Batistuta, last season's leading goal scorer, and he's off the mark now. 9 minutes gone. Fiorentina lead.
First class goal as well. Laudrup going past two players. Crivero comes to cut him off, being the sweeper and the last man. He stops the ball, then makes half a yard. And there you see Baiano will come into your picture on the left-hand side, gets in at the near post, across the front of the near post, heads it down, and there we go. He follows it in, Batistuta, and it's in the back of the net. A super goal.
Such quick thinking then by Baiano. He got in front of Bonomi, his marker, and Batistuta, what a reaction from him too. And it's the Fiorentina fans in the stadium who have so much to cheer about now.
That's another very important thing to look out for, because these players like Baiano, Riegler are marked so tightly man for man, is their movement away from the ball, their movement off the ball to give themselves the utmost opportunity of receiving a pass from one of their teammates.
Well, it's hardly the start that Lazio were hoping for, and they had real problems early on in the last campaign at home. They failed to win any of their first 7 matches, and up against it here now. Away by Fascenda, one of the markers at the back for Fiorentina. Effenberg was caught then by Thomas Dole. Flag is raised.
It is a very interesting point, actually, that we saw Fiorentina last week. They struggled on their home soil. The Italian players at the start of the season do tend to get a little bit nervous about playing at home. And although Lazio have started well today, they've gone a goal behind. They didn't win in their first 5 last year, but I'm sure they'll be looking to put that right this time.
This is Baiano, who scored 16 in Foggia's colours. 27 the partnership with Signori produced, and he looks a really good player, Ray, doesn't he?
He looks a tremendous player, and as we heard before, he's a Milan player. He's only rented out to Fiorentina, and that's just another one of their crop, really. For a little guy, he's very, very mobile, and he's looking to get across the front post most of the time.
Laudrup taking the free kick for Fiorentina, leading by a goal to 0. Batistuta. Batistuta is the man who really has taken over the hero's role from Roberto Baggio, who used to be with Fiorentina. There was a great uproar when Baggio left for Juventus, but they were certainly compensated, the Fiorentina fans, when Batistuta arrived from Argentina, and he's been a revelation. And his goal divides the two teams. This is Dole. Released by Effenberg. And Bonomi was in trouble, and he's just about got away with it. Favoli. Riedler. Hustled out of it though so quickly. They're giving him very close attention, as you'd expect. His reputation goes before him. Di Mauro. Another expensive signing, Di Mauro. £3 million from Roma. Well, it's all happening at Pescara. It's now 2-2. So Pescara having taken the lead, then going 2-1 down. Now Milan have conceded another goal. We'll keep you posted. Crescenda. It goes Crivero with Batistuta. Be spinning me a yarn here, Ray, with all these goals from Pescara. Sounds too good to be true. 4 goals already. So we had 6 in our featured one last week, and we've had one already in this one today. That goes Victor Pioli, the man, remember, who was dismissed last week. And it's in a very precarious situation. Arjen Winter, the Dutch international, trying to plough his way through. Now, what will Lazio have up their sleeves here? Could be Fuser, Thomas Doll is there, and Signori. Signori trying to curl it in. I wouldn't have thought that wall was far enough away.
No, I think he tried to take an early one, Peter. He saw the goalkeeper lining the wall up on his side, and he tried to creep it into the far side. And I think the referee did very well there. The ref could well have taken them back the 10 yards and made him retake it, but he was prepared to let Lazio get away with it. And it was quick thinking on Signori's part, but didn't quite come off.
And the players can't take too many liberties with this referee, Fabio Baldas. He has sent off 24 players in his time as a Serie A official. So you don't mess with him.
And I think he's only reffed 80 games, hasn't
he?
he?
8, I think. Off goes Riedler, he's very quick off the mark, and Manini on his mettle. Good goalkeeping then, spotting the danger as Riedler came forward so swiftly. Now Shali was impeded, 15 minutes gone, and a fairly eventful start as we were hoping for. 2 teams with plenty of positive ideas. Brian Laudrup. Goal. Now then to Fuser. The early ball in search of Signori. Palasciali, though, was covering for Fiorentina. Dole. Here's Signori. Favoli. That was charged down. Here's Di Mauro. Very creative player, Di Mauro. At the moment they're having to show his defensive qualities. There's Crivero. Time to get Lazio started. Fuser. Broken up by Effenberg. Too comfortably too for Lazio's liking. Off goes Laudrup, trying to reveal that lightning pace. His acceleration is quite frightening at times, and that has earned a yellow card for the offender.
Yeah, I think that was Bacci that pulled him down. And Bacci, it looks as if he's been told to mark Laudrup man for man, and that's a pretty tough task. He does have an electrifying burst of pace, and it's going to be a tough afternoon for Bacci.
Baiano. This is Orlando. Oh, that's lovely skill by Orlando. Now, can he get his cross in here? Oh, he's pulled it back to Effenberg. Off the post! And whipped away to safety. What a let-off then for Lazio. And no wonder Fiore is furious with the defending ahead of him. They were really sliced apart then, Lazio. And they do have some problems here at the back. Laudrup. That was the skill of Orlando that helped to create that opportunity. Lauder up now. Orlando pulling it back delightfully. Oh, Effenberg. Fuser. Just stay with this Lazio attack for a moment. And then pick up the thoughts of Ray Wilkins. Just hearing incidentally Pescara are now leading Milan 3-2. Goal every minute there. Victor. And a real sting on that one.
Yeah, going back to that one, that was a great ball from Orlando, and Effenberg was a bit unfortunate to hit the post. It was, I wouldn't say sloppy marking, but with Bacci picking up Laudrup, we didn't actually see the replay, but he could have actually won the ball off Orlando because he was so intent on keeping his eye. There we are, we're going back to it. There's the shot, I think slightly deflected as it comes off the post. Yeah, Bacci was so intent on keeping his eye on Laudrup, he didn't even go in for the ball, and I think he could have won the ball in the first instance.
Pioli with the pass, finding Orlando. Whose form seemed to rather stagnate last season after a very promising first campaign for Fiorentina. And he's clearly determined to make an impact this time. Two Lazio defenders going for the same ball. Haven't really got their act together so far at the back. This is Bacci now, under pressure from Di Mauro. Still Bacci. And was he impeded then by Effenberg? I think the ball was out of play. Indeed it was. This is Maiano. Oh, terrific skill. Just too many defenders for him in the end, though. Winter now then for Lazio. It's Fuser. Dole. Fuser once more. Quickly closed out though by Orlando. Fiorentina haven't beaten Lazio away for 8 seasons now. Their last success when they won by the only goal. Lazio were relegated that season. Down goes Dole. Oh, was he tripped this time? Dole sent flying. Frantic appeals for a penalty, and I don't think the referee has given it. You would think not from the complaints there of the Lazio players.
It's very unusual if he hasn't given it for a home team to receive a penalty like that. It was a tremendous burst of pace, great running off the ball from Thomas Dole. He screams past him, and I think it's a bit 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, really. But obviously the referee didn't see anything and hasn't given it.
I'd like to see that again, but I thought, if anything, Dole trod on the ball. Maybe we need to see it again. Replays can be deceiving, and the referee certainly was of that opinion that there was no contact made by Pioli as Dole went racing past him. It was just too quick then for Pioli. Meantime, some trouble here for Thomas Dole. He didn't finish last week's match, but he was taken off. There was no injury. He was simply substituted. After a good first half, he seemed to lose his way a little bit against Sampdoria. He started very effectively in this game.
I think the thing with Thomas Dole and with all the great players that we have in Italy playing now, they start off very, very well indeed. And as the game progresses and they get more and more dangerous, they tend to be marked man for man. And obviously, with that sort of attention, they become less effective. And that was the case, I think. Oh, it is a penalty. That was the case in Thomas Dole's situation last week.
Well, look at that. After all the toing and throwing, the penalty has been given after all. Signori is going to take this kick for Lazio. The task that was entrusted to Ruben Sosa last season, he's departed, so Signori, the new man from Foggia. And he's... Signori! His third goal for Lazio, 2 last week against Sampdoria. And he has struck again. And Lazio right back in this game. And the kick superbly taken. Well, there certainly seemed to be some confusion as to whether the referee has given the kick or not. There were no real complaints from the Fiorentina players, so maybe they just accepted that the referee had given the kick and that was it.
It was a very clever technique he used. He stood very close to the ball, which it makes it very difficult for the goalkeeper to move early. If he moves early, it'll be very, very obvious, and Signorini just crashed at it.
Now Bacci. fans now finding their voices. Celebrating the goal from Signori, who is rapidly becoming the new hero of Lazio. Hard act to follow Ruben Sosa. And there's no flag here. Oh, Riedler suddenly seemed to stop in his tracks. The Blitz and the Fiorentina players, they were expecting the linesman's flag. Maybe there has been a belated decision. Certainly heated protests. With Gregucci leading the way here, the captain of Lazio. A wink and a smile from Fabio Baldas. I think surely he has given the offside.
Yes, he has given the offside, and it's the same with all the great forwards playing there. Riedler plays on the line, as a la Gary Lineker, just ducks in at the last moment, and you are going to get called offside every now and then, but the majority of the time you're going to get in.
Well, they've got away with it this time, Fiorentina. My word, they were living dangerously then. And you can't take too many chances, too many liberties with players of Riedler's skill, ability and vision. Effenberg now, teasing cross in. Ooh, Hussein missed it. Certainly didn't make any decisive contact. Well, I thought he touched it, huh? Obviously the referee and linesman didn't. And Orlando feeling very aggrieved. Hussein showing some sympathy towards him.
Baldas could be a bit of a yellow card happy man. He likes to get his cards out of his pocket. Hopefully there hasn't been anything untoward up to now. That's a bit of a shame that he's booking players.
They do like the yellow card in Italy, the referees. Compostole now. Cavoli, Godol, who seems to have recovered from his injury. This is Favali now. He was balked then by Carnashali. Yes, the referee has given the free kick. Lazio playing with a lot more confidence now, lifted by the goal. Scored by Signori, who made that late entrance for Italy in the week in their exciting win over Holland when he came on for Roberto Baggio. 25 minutes into the first half. Favali with the free kick. It was Gregucci trying to make his presence felt. Orlando. Effenberg. Fiorentina have the players with pace to embarrass Lazio on the break, but not this time. Winter to tidy up. Rivero. They have to resort to the back pass. Trying to be creative going forward then Lazio.
Yeah, that was just nice confidence on the ball. Winter had recovered about 60 yards there, took the ball off and just played a nice ball to Rivero, who had already seen Favali free on the left-hand side.
Well, there's some game going on in Pescara. It's now 4-2 to Pescara. They're leading Milan 4-2. What an amazing game. This is Baiano. This one isn't bad either. 1-1. Both teams showing so much ambition. Down goes Gregucci, surely a foul then by Batistuta. Gregucci, whose place may well be under threat in the Lazio side, although he's the captain. They've signed Luca Luzzardi. It's Luca Ray, not Linda. Luzzardi from Brescia, and member of the under-21 squad, and he's expected to put some pressure on Gregucci. Ray's eyes lit up then, until I pointed out it wasn't Linda. Pachetta, in goes Batistuta, working very hard for Fiorentina. He's covered a lot of ground. First came to prominence in the South American Championships of last year. Scored 6 times, and on the strength of that was snapped up by Fiorentina. He was indeed the leading goal scorer in the Copa America. Now, Effenberg, is Baiano. Given away though to Fuser. Offside, well, the crowd don't like it. fairly marginal, but Thomas Doyle had just strayed too far. What an exciting player he is. First East German to come to Italy, Thomas Doyle. Effenberg. Shali. Effenberg. Matches between the two teams have generally been tight down the years. But this one so far, I think, a more open contest than they normally are. Fiorentina are giving it a real go here, no question of them sitting back and hoping for the draw. Effenberg. This is Orlando. Well, that game in Pescara then, Ray. Sounds like defences are on top there.
Yes, it does. Quite astonishing, really. I don't think Milan probably gave away 4 goals half the season last year, and there they are 4-2 down. But that's the way it goes sometimes when you have so many new players coming into a side. OK, they've got some world-class players, some brilliant players. But in defensive areas, if people aren't gelled together, then it becomes a difficult task.
And just quickly, what do you make of this situation where they have so many players, so many great players waiting in reserve? Just stay with us here. It's a headed back pass, so the goalkeeper can handle it. But so many players, star names who can't get in the side. How on earth do they keep them all happy?
Yeah, that's right. It's very, very difficult. Obviously, the financial reward is there, but there's nothing like actually playing the game. It'd be very pleasant if a few of our clubs would get a few of them on loan.
Di Mauro trying to thread the ball through. Now Crivero does distribute the ball so intelligently. Crivero, he's found Signori. Oh, that's glorious goal by Signori. Reedler's header saved on the line. Fantastic goal then by Lazio, and Riedler so unlucky.
Oh, that was marvellous football. Initially, the great pull away from Signori to get away from the defender. A great piece of service from Crivero. There's the pull away. And it's good technique again. He gets on the ball early and he's looking to do his business now. Now here he goes at him inside and on the outside. A beautiful cross, absolutely beautiful. And I thought Riedler would just nut it down inside the near post, but he went back from where the ball had come from and unfortunately missed. Or should I say, it was a great save, not a miss.
I think it just caught his foot, didn't it, the goalkeeper, Manini. Take another look at that in a moment, but here's Laudrup now. Again, bursting clear, and he's pulled the goalkeeper out. Oh, it was a tantalising cross in by Laudrup, drawing out the goalkeeper. And with half an hour gone, there's every suggestion here of more goals to come. Orlando. Rivero's tackle. Well, he's claiming he played the ball.
I think he's a little bit unfortunate as well. He's done well to get there and win the ball around the side of Orlando's legs. Well, we're seeing a cracking game. I don't know about the game in Pescara. That must be a belting game, but this one has been super entertaining.
It's quietened down there. We've had a goal for about 3 minutes now. Here's Baiano. And it's a corner to Fiorentina. Free header for Effenberg. Batistuta. Goalkeeper Fioli somehow managed to fist it away. And he flapped at the first one. There's another yellow card. Being brandished by the referee. I think it's Shali that he's cautioned now.
That looks a tremendous save from Fiori. The ball arrived on the 6-yard box with Batistuta all on his own, and he flashed out a goal and made a tremendous save.
Well, he certainly came to Lazio's rescue in the end, Valerio Fioli. Cavalli. Signori. Referee has given the decision in favour of Fiorentina. And this is Stefan Effenberg, former Bayern Munich player. Making a dramatic impact already for Fiorentina. Scoring in the opening game rather. And he's been very effective in this one too. deal of punishment throughout a season.
He certainly does, but like all the truly great players, he can read the situation as well, and he has a little hop every now and then to avoid really getting hurt.
Rivero. Cavalli. Here's Victor. A little space open up for him then, but not for too long. Quickly closed down by Fiorentina. Pressing forward. Victor now. Well, Manini didn't look too troubled by the back pass. Just news of one other goal. Juventus are leading Atalanta by a goal to 0. That's a back pass. And the clearance by Manini, who had no chance to stand on ceremony there.
Tremendous pass and running off the ball again from Signori and Rivero again with the pass inside the fullback. But the goalkeeper doing exceptionally well.
Cavalli. Wheeler missed it. Trying to squeeze another opening for himself. Thomas Goal, let fly there. Well, no goalkeeper on earth surely could have stopped that one. Magnificent strike by Thomas Goal. Lazio in front in the most spectacular fashion.
Yeah, that's right. Riedler just a little touch back there. We see Riedler doing ever so well. Holds off a couple of defenders, gets his body in there, just touches it back, and this flies in like an absolute rocket. Look at that. No goalkeeper would have saved it.
Well, that is a goal of classic proportions by Thomas Goal.
Cap's a very good first half performance actually. He's been all over the place. He's wanted the ball everywhere. He's always been available for his teammates. And he's really had a super first half.
33 minutes gone. Lazio lead 2-1. Having had to battle back from conceding that early goal to Batistuta. Effenberg now. And that will make it an even better game now because Fiorentina was so determined to pull this back, having started so promisingly. They'll come here with attacking intentions and they will pursue them, I'm sure. 10 minutes to half-time. Fiorentina with their fourth corner of the game, taken by Brian Laudrup. Down goes Signori, and the referee says play on. Effenberg. Orlando joining in the attack now. Needed a bit of service though to Maiano at Batistuta.
It's very interesting to note that obviously the great technical ability these guys do have, they have nothing actually set up from corner kicks and free kicks. They don't have a plan, they don't have a set plan or anything going from corners especially. We just saw Laudrup give away the most dreadful corner kick. But I think that's purely and simply the fact he has no one to hit in the box.
And just to bring you the news of the goal scorer for Juventus, Jürgen Kohler, their German international, has given his team the lead, and you can see extended highlights of that game in our roundup programme on Saturday mornings with Paul Gascoigne. 10:30, don't miss it. Extended highlights, Juventus versus Atalanta. Juventus, in many people's eyes, the pre-season favourites. This is Orlando with Bonomi, and that came off him then, surely. Maybe the referee decided there was a bit of pushing on Bonomi. He's given either the goal kick or the free kick. Fiore, who's been fully extended in this first half so far, as of course has Manini, his opposite number at the other end. There's certainly nothing defensive about this game, Ray.
No, it's been a really good first half. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think there's a lot more goals to come. With the talent that we have on view, there's bound to be more occasions for scoring goals.
It's had this defensive tag down the years, Italian football, but it's changed so much in recent seasons. There are so many good players on view now, so many attacking players that really I don't think teams can play any other way.
Yes, that's right. I think the introduction of Saki at Milan helped a hell of a lot. He quickened Milan up. He made them get the ball back as quick as they possibly could. and that I think everybody's taken out of his book.
Well, there were certainly some excellent goals from last weekend. That's another yellow card there for Brackley for the foul on Laudrup. Some excellent goals from last weekend, and you can see the best of those in Gaza's goals competition at half-time. He says Provero there. Looks Brackley's tackle, but the yellow card given anyway.
I think it could have been 1 of 3, actually.
Yes, they all had a go. Baiano, Laudrup. Was the centre of their attentions. Now Baiano, very hard to tie down. Di Mauro, all looking towards the linesman's flag. I think it went up in the end. As Di Mauro tried to skip through. And indeed it is a free kick to Lazio. So many quality strikers, so many quality positive players on view that you have the feeling there could be a goal any moment, really. Dole. Now Manini has had to come to fetch this. You'd have been proud of that dummy then, right?
Well, he looks very comfortable, Manini, doesn't he? He's received 2 back passes, and that one he just let run out of play, but he seems very confident on board. I don't think he'd have too many problems having a game outfield.
Well, he's been around for a while. He's 35 years old now.
Young man.
That's not too old to play football, Ray, is it? Ray still going strong for Queen's Park Rangers. Another win yesterday, well done.
Thank you very much.
The team playing well.
Yes, we're going very nicely, thanks.
Ray going very strongly too at 46. 36, sorry. Signori. Marco Van Basten's going strongly for Milan. 4-3 now at Pescara. And what are the odds there, Ray, on a 5-4 to Milan?
Yes, I think there's every chance of that.
Sounds absolutely exhilarating game. Now, Cravero linking with Thomas Dole. He's had a great first half.
He's had a great first half, Peter, but people are letting him get away with murder there. He played a 1-2 round Effenberg when the Germans are normally very well disciplined and they would go with runners, but he's played 1 round Effenberg and got it back round the other side. And although it may be great attacking football, it's very, very poor defensive play from Fiorentina.
Baiano, that is the question mark really against them. Fiorentina, they've signed so many attacking players, but I think their defensive qualities are going to be on the line this season. 5 minutes to half-time. Lazio 2, Fiorentina 1. Laudrup dispossessed. No foul. Off goes Fuser to Dole. Almost nonchalantly then into the path of Fuser. But too casual though. Orlando. Di Mauro hasn't really stamped his authority on this game so far, Di Mauro. Player of definite class. Batistuta. Score that first goal. Effenberg. Winning the cheers of Lazio fans. Stefan Effenberg, who has something of a reputation for being a bit of a troublemaker back home in Germany. Fiorentina prepared to take the risk, linking him with Ryan Laudrup, although they fell out for a while after a row over a car. Apparently Stefan Effenberg drove off with Laudrup's new car, which Laudrup wasn't too pleased about. I think they've now patched up the rift.
I think you hear lots of stories that comes out of different countries about different players, but I think if you sign a West German, as Effenberg is, you're getting the ultimate professional, and I don't think Fiorentina have any worries on that score.
Well, Lupi was tripped then by Riedler, who pleads his innocence. The referee was not too convinced.
I think Greg Louganis would have been proud of that time.
There's Lupi going forward, Batistuta now. Oh, great save! Fiori! Chance to stop that. Batistuta with the strength to hold off the challenge. And what a stop then by Fiori.
That was first-class football. Batistuta, great body strength to hold off the defender, and he was pulling him back as well. Here comes the ball from Lupi. There's Batistuta getting his body in between the ball and the player again, holds him off, and a tremendous shot, but Fiori reacts very, very quickly indeed. Great stuff.
Fiori for a moment then took his eye off it. just managed to retrieve the situation. What persistence shown then by Batistuta. It was Bragucci, the defender, who's not exactly a weakling. And Stoll going forward now then for Lazio. Here's Effenberg. News of a second goal for Juventus. Andreas Mola, one of their foreign players, another German of course, has made it 2-0 now.
And that could be bad news for David Platt.
Presumably he's not playing.
No, that's right. Which is a great shame.
Well, this won't surprise you. It's 4-4 now. Pescara versus Milan, and Van Basten has scored for Milan. I can't believe it.
I can believe that Van Basten scored.
But not the 4-4. Di Mauro. Signori. Again looking to take on defenders. Riedler just straight offside, I would have thought then. No flag though. Baiano. The flick was too delicate. Here's Bacci. He's trying to get Acaro. Bacci for Lazio, and he's found Fuser. Now there's danger here for Fiorentina. Fuser, he wriggled free. Now is the cross too long? Signori almost linked up then with Riedler. And away comes Stefan Effenberg for Fiorentina. Again maintaining his pace here, right to the half-time whistle, and we're into the last minute of the first half. Batistuta. Good interception though by Bacci.
Yeah, it was a good bit of football from Bacci. He tracked him right back into the box. He'd taken over from Pin, who has now, I believe, gone to Parma. And he was the anchor man in the Lazio midfield, but young Bacci's done a good job.
He's a good player, Gabriele Pin. Bacci stepping in quickly into his role. That was a promising run by him, but was curtailed there. Bacci, who was a regular in the side last season. In fact, he missed only one game, but he had a variety of roles. He's a very versatile player. Here's Dole now. Fuser. Bonomi, we got into trouble there. Oh, can Baiano exploit it? We're into injury time. Free kick to Fiorentina. Baiano's come in for some close marking in the first half. They're well aware of his potential. Another yellow card.
He reminds me a little bit of Schillaci, the little street fighter. He's everywhere. He gets in with these big guys, Bragucci and all those players, and he's well prepared to have a good go with them.
It's not unlike him in appearance either, is he?
No, that's right.
This is Baiano now. Yes, there's definitely something of Schillaci about him. Batistuta. Fiore just keeping it in play. Now Fuser. Maybe time for one last attack from Lazio. Here's Signori. Oh, Pioli. Well, the referee deciding there that there's no foul from
Very
Pioli.
good decision too. They just ran straight into him and fell over.
Louder up. The combination almost paving an opening then for Batistuta. Is that a pass back?
That came off his chest, but it was very good defensive play from Bonomi. He read the situation, covered across from right full-back, and picked the ball up with no problem at all. But it was a good 1-2 again.
Riedler, Signori offside. You do need, though, Ray, to keep your concentration about you, even thinking, is it a back pass with the foot, the head? The referee's got to be on his mettle for a start.
Yes, that's right. And I think that the most difficult one is, was it accidental?
Yep.
That's the difficult one.
Yes, we've seen one or two instances recently in English football where the referee has made that decision, and it certainly has been well, contentious anyway. Here's Fuser. Ray, looking back, your thoughts on the first half?
Yes, I think Lazio just about deserved to be the 2-1 in front, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been some good, superb performances. Crevero's played very well at sweeper. Vinta, who hasn't obviously been in the game as much as Thomas Dole, has looked a very, very good one. And for me, it's been a super first half. And
a first half which finishes then with Lazio, to the delight of Dino Zoff, leading by 2-1, having gone a goal down when Batistuta scored early on for Fiorentina. The penalty from... So the two teams are now out on the field, preparing for the start of the second half. And if it's as good as the first half, there'll be no protest from us. Certainly the entertainment so far in the two matches on Channel 4. Everything we'd hoped for. Maybe a bit more too. Certainly it was a cracking game last week, the 3-3 Lazio and Sampdoria. And we've had 3 goals so far in this match, and every prospect of more to come too. Fiorentina will start the second half, now attacking the goal to our right. And their coach, Gigi Radice, has talked in terms of having a side capable of adjusting their style to suit the occasion. Well, they've come here very much in attacking mould, and they had their early reward, but now have to come from behind. Kanashali. Here's Thomas Stoll, straight into the action again. He was so influential in the first 45 minutes. And that stupendous strike that gave Lazio the lead. Bacci. Straight through by Dole. Now Effenberg. Pachenda, strong and resolute defender. Kanashali. Under pressure from Riedler.
Something you don't often see in the Italian football, and that's why it's been criticised quite a lot, is the fact that people don't work that hard to get the ball back. Well, you just saw seniority there, and then Riedler, world-class player, working very hard for his team to win back the ball in the opponent's half.
Well, if anyone is going to follow in the footsteps of Ruben Sosa, it could well be Signori for Lazio. He's made a terrific start for them, certainly. They are going to miss Ruben Sosa, a very talented Uruguayan who's now moved on to Inter. Here's Effenberg. Off goes Valder. Even he can't keep that one in play. There aren't too many players around who are quicker than Brian Laudrup. Very impressive, wasn't he, in the European Championships?
Yeah, he was excellent, but I don't think he'd have got that one in his new Mercedes there. It was a good ball from Effenberg, but it was just overweighted.
I think he's got the car back, by the way. Effenberg apparently said that, I don't know what you're complaining about. I left it with a can of petrol in it, a gallon of petrol. Di Mauro, Pachenda. You footballers get upset about the smallest things. Now, Victor. Leading the charge for Lazio. Good support here from Fuser, the referee allowing the advantage. And Fuser a little bit carried away there.
He had a very impressive first half, Fuser, and he's just overhit that one. But he looks very keen and eager to get up and down the right flank, and he gives Lazio plenty of options.
He actually had a brief spell with Fiorentina. And he was loaned out from Milan. Appeal for penalty, nothing too serious though. The referee certainly wouldn't have been convinced by that. This is Di Mauro. Here's Dole. Riedler spreading it wide now then to Fuser. Riedler's gone plowing through the middle still with Signori, but hits Fuser now. He had the strength to hold him off. Riedler couldn't make the header. He's so prodigious in the air, Karl-Heinz Riedler.
But I think the important thing to note from that, it was Riedler that actually played Fuser the pass from the halfway line, and he didn't bother about hanging around the halfway line. He made for the penalty area where great strikers want to be, and that was super play from Riedler.
Batistuta. And the challenge from Bacci. Batistuta back on his feet. This is Baiano. Patrolling the right flank now then for Fiorentina. It was Bonomi who came across. The young defender they signed from Cremonese. Just hearing confirmation, David Platt indeed is not in the Juventus side today. They have again preferred Andy Mola. So Des Walker of Sampdoria, the only English player on parade today in Italy, with Gazza, of course, still out. Winter, offside against Signori. Well, he looks frustrated, maybe with himself, maybe with the linesman. No question that the referee was absolutely right in giving the decision. Again, just that hint that Fiorentina might get stretched at the back. They might get caught out by the speed of these Lazio attacks. Di Mauro. Crivero struggling to get it clear. Noguchi was more positive. Dole. Uzer. Dole again. This goal, in fact, was signed after Paul Gascoigne. Really as a replacement. Well, he's hoping to keep him out of the side when Gazza is fit. And since then, of course, Aaron Winter has arrived as well. Now, Fuser. Orlando, perfectly tight tackle. Again, Fuser was prepared to chase him back and prevent him venturing too far forward. Effenberg now. Baiano, good return, Crivero. Not too much gets past him. Generally recognised in Italian football as one of the best sweepers in the business. Maybe just behind Franco Baresi, the master of Milan. It's up again, Signori. I'll tell you what, they're living dangerously.
Yeah, they're living very dangerously. They're pushing up Fiorentina and trying to catch them offside all the time. But Signori's just making his runs just that bit too early. And he's getting caught offside by yards. He's got electrifying pace. He doesn't need to go that early. If he hangs on just that split second longer, I'm sure he'll get a through ball.
There's some pressure on the linesman over on that far side, but he's getting some stick from the crowd behind him. And he's been spot on both occasions in the last couple of minutes or so when Signori threatened to break through. Here's Dole. The foot was high, Thomas Dole.
That's one of the instances in Italian football that I really feel lets it down sometimes. Thomas Dole's worked very, very hard there to win that ball. It wasn't a dangerous challenge, but the rule states in Italian football, if your foot's up when you win the ball, it's a free kick.
Well, Fiorentina wanted to take that kick quickly, but they can't do so because Baiano is down injured.
Along with another yellow card. I think that must be the fourth in this game?
It's hard to keep track of them. There are so many for the referee. Bonomi, in fact, was the worst defender in the Italian league last year for yellow cards. He had 15. Radici. I think that his new signing Baiano is going to be okay. Here's Signori. Goes Riedler, but Pioli is there. Now Carashali, Laudrup, an astute flick off by him. Here's Batistuta, still beavering away for Fiorentina. Now Laudrup. He can show his pace here. Well, at least he might have done until Brackley caught it. Then there'll be another yellow card. It's a red one this time. That's the second. Well, again, there's a little bit of confusion here. It looked to me as if the red card was out then, Ray.
I certainly think it is a red card as well, Peter. Crivero, if it's Crivero that's going off, he was booked in the first half for a very similar challenge, bit of a reckless challenge actually, flying out from the back and crashing into Laudrup in the first half. And he's gone and done it again. And as we see, a super player being sent from the field, and that's going to make it very hard for Lazio now. 10 players against 11 and a very talented Fiorentina side.
And in fairness to Crivero, he took the decision without complaint, accepted it, and he has left the field sent off. So a serious problem now then for Lazio, losing their key defender Crivero, the man who organises them at the back. So Dino's off, well, looking a very worried man, and well, he might. Now maybe Stefan Effenberg is going to try one from here. He's a fair way out, but he does possess a pretty venomous shot, faced by a four-man wall. Thunderous drive. Pioli was there. Another awesome free kick struck by Effenberg. Di Mauro. Losing out though to Favali. And Lazio really have to raise their game now. Defending this 2-1 lead. A man short. So again though, Ray, the power of Effenberg shooting.
Yes, that's right. He scored a super goal last week, and that was a tremendous shot. Fiori took round the post. He's had a really good game, the goalkeeper. There's been those off pace in the line, and he must be a worried man. They played very well to get 2-1 in front, and it would be a great shame if they were to lose that lead.
Dino's off, a man who certainly knows about goalkeeping himself. A record 112 caps in goal for Italy. Thomas Doll turning it to that far post as Brackley came in.
Good defending from Effenberg. Brackley being the biggest guy on the Lazio side, Effenberg's taken it upon himself to pick him up.
And Lazio, with 10 minutes gone in the second half, seeking here the cushion of an extra goal. They certainly can't afford to relax with just the 2-1 advantage. It's Signori whipping over the corner. I think it was Riedler with a header that flashed wide. Whole cluster of players arriving. Karl-Heinz Riedler does score a lot of goals in the air. Indeed, 8 with his head last season, 8 out of 13. Just off the target then. Here's Effenberg. Good running by Baiano. Taken up an excellent position there. And Brackley having to thump it away. Favali.
He's had a very good game for Brackley. He's always been there or thereabouts when the ball's been in the box and defended very well.
And he'll be the central figure now at the back, Brackley, with Crivero having been sent off. Aaron Winter. This is Fuser. Now Thomas Doll. Given away though by Fuser. Doll doing his best to win it back. And Signori hoping to pounce then. Another casual clearance by Menini. It's almost like a sweeper.
It looks as if he could play outfield. That was a lovely little pass out to his left-hand side.
Baiano is offside.
A lot of responsibility falls upon Riedler now. Once the ball is up in the Fiorentina half, Riedler, they'll be looking for Riedler to get hold of it so that people can get up and join him and hopefully retain possession in the Fiorentina half. It's a tough task for Lazio now. They'll pull, I think, Fuser and Signori back into the middle of the field and play with 4 across the back and just leave 4 across the middle, sorry, and leave Riedler up the front. But he's such a good player that it won't be beyond him.
The sprint-heel Riedler heading the ball on, but to no avail. Lazio down to 10 men. So is Sampdoria. They lost Katanec, their Yugoslav. In the first half, he was sent off. They've now levelled the match there with Ancona, 2-2, and it's Roberto Mancini, the Sampdoria captain, who has equalised for them. Ancona 2, Sampdoria 2. The goals continue to come in Serie A. Riedler couldn't get away though from Facenda. There's Di Mauro. Now Batistuta. Exquisite class sent to Brian Laudrup. Oh. Now has he got the pace here? Not quite. Defending by Doll. Such a prodigious worker for Lazio, as well as his obvious skill. Prepared to cover as much ground as is necessary. Batistuta. Well, they call him Batty Goal, the Fiorentina fans. Former Boca Juniors player. And he actually lives in the same house that Baggio vacated when he left for Juventus. I wouldn't think it's a bed sit. Orlando. That was Fuser snapping at him. Free kick. Taken quickly. The referee Didn't think it was taken too quickly. So here's Di Mauro. Bacchenda. Claiming handball by Riedler. Play on, says the referee. And it's Brian Laudrup in possession for Fiorentina. Baiano. Linking well with Batistuta. Now Bonomi. Well, they shielded it rather dangerously then. And they could have been penalised. They still might be punished. Baiano. Still Baiano. For Batistuta. He was onside. Laudrup. Here's the obstruction. Let's look at the protest set from goalkeeper Fiori, who felt there should have been an offside flag. Difficult to see from this angle. The referee under pressure now from Lazio players. Gugucci, as ever, stating his case. Another yellow card. Fiori, well, he can afford to smile now, but if Fiorentina had scored, he wouldn't have been laughing. Certainly looked to have a case. They did appeal to be an offside infringement, but nothing was seen by the referee. Indeed, the linesman more to the point, I would think. Milo's off, no doubt had his forceful opinions on the whole issue, and he's being calmed down now on the touchline. See how he can plead his innocence there, even though Carnashali did make a somewhat dramatic dive. Laudrup, and it was Bacchenda who came in there at the far post. And I would think a clash of heads. Fiorentina pressing now for this equaliser against the 10 men of Lazio. Bacchenda, number 5 there, has stayed forward. And safely to the arms of Valerio Fiori. Fiori with the header. Then Batistuta. There's Victor. Gucci, we turn back into trouble. Neat skill though, Maillard and Vinter. Bacci. Uzer. Passed it there to Orlando, now Di Mauro. Here's Batistuta. Good spell this for Fiorentina. Laudrup. And support from Carnashali. And it's a corner to Fiorentina. Bacchenda has been posted forward. Well, they have the heading ability, of course, of Batistuta in there too. Here's Doe, showing all his composure. At least he tried to until he was clattered. And on we go with Laudrup. Down into Batistuta. How do you tie this fellow down, Ray? This Batistuta, he's so strong, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's also the running off the ball that he makes, little darting runs into the box where people can't really let him go and let him run offside because there's no way he's timed it so well, he's never going to be offside. And that's the highlight, I think, or one of the highlights of the game is the movement off the ball from forward players.
So much fluency to the game. There's a neat sprinting shown by the linesman there.
It's a fair running action. Linford Christie will be tough with that one.
10.2 of the 100 metres there, did extremely well. Now a swap being made by Lazio. And it's Marco Lin. Thomas Doll is coming off. Well, a bit of a surprise there, right? Marco Lin replaced him last week.
Yeah, I think it's an enormous surprise. Thomas Doll has been quite fantastic for something.
Well, who knows what's in the coach's mind, but well, maybe he's got a knock or two. Certainly he's taken a buffeting. That's deflected through. Safely into the arms of Fiore.
But going back to the refereeing situation earlier, it was it's very difficult in Italy to communicate with the refs. They like to be one of the stars on view, and no one can talk to the ref or ask about a decision, or he'll book you straight away, and it's a bit of a problem that they have.
Signori hoping to pose a problem here for Fiorentina. Charlie, though, sticking to his task well, and Brian Laudrup now on the charge for Fiorentina.
So that's a disgraceful decision. Bacci's done ever so well there to come out and win that ball, but because his leg was high, he's given the free kick. That's one of the things that we wouldn't stand for in our country.
Almost at the halfway point in the second half. Lazio leading by 2-1. Fiorentina still very much in this game, and hoping now to make that extra man advantage count. Lazio, in case anyone's just joining us, having had Trevero, their sweeper, sent off for his second cautionable offence. Signori scored Lazio's first goal from the penalty spot after Batistuta had given Fiorentina the lead, and then an absolute cracking goal from Thomas Doll to put Lazio in front. All that before half-time. Aaron Victor now for Lazio. The crowd urging them forward. They've seen them having to backpedal for a while. Was there another very warm afternoon in Italy, and maybe the heat will take its toll as the game wears on. Bonomi, Bacci. Here's Effenberg. Laudrup. Bacci's gone with him. Oh, Laudrup got away. And the ball got away.
That was a great run from Laudrup. Superb ball from Effenberg. And Laudrup was, I think he waited far too long. He should have got the ball in when he had the opportunity. Very similar to he did in the first half, and they scored from it. If he had the opportunity to really blast that in or whip it far post, but he took far too long on the ball.
He really came to the fore, of course, in the European Championship finals. What comparisons do you draw with his brother Michael, who's had so much of the attention in the past?
I think basically they're both very direct. Before Michael went to Juventus, he was known as a very direct player, very similar to his brother. And when they go at defenders, it makes it very, very hard for defenders to pick them up.
There certainly was a feeling a couple of years ago when Brian first came on the scene that he would develop into an even better player than Michael. That's some accolade. Laudrup, one of the stars of world, certainly European football. Now, Batistuta. Oh.
The substitution of Thomas Doll was a bit surprising. He looked the one player that could retain possession for Lazio, get the team playing. What they actually needed to do was get it in the Fiorentina half and play. And I think Thomas Doll could have carried it in there and started people playing, and encouraged the defenders to push up slightly more from the back.
Well, the player they brought on, Dario Marcolin, is another positive player. He's got a good left foot. But whether he'll have the influence that Doll was having remains to be seen. Here's Signori now. This is Marcolin, came from Cremonese, another of the Italian under-21 squad that did so well in winning the European Championship. They have Bonomi and Cavalli from that squad now, Lazio, and also Luca Luzzari from Brescia. Luzzari will be in contention for a place fairly soon. He's had an injury. The word is he'll be back in full training pretty soon. Maiano. Marco let one a tackle at the back, and he was a trifle lucky to escape there.
Very lucky to escape, and they've actually won a free kick. But it's difficult for him to come on as substitute in this situation, with only 10 players on the field. That's why I'm surprised that he took Doll off. Doll was into the game and he was up to the pace of the game. It's very difficult for substitutes to come on and get involved in the game straight away.
Winter. Off goes Fuser. Oh, that's tremendous acceleration shown by him. Pulled the other way. Certainly a feeling among the Lazio fans that he was pulled as he tried to do so. It seemed his path to goal might have been blocked. In fairness, there were no serious protests from the player himself.
I've seen penalties given for a lot less in
Yeah.
Italy. It was quite obvious that Riedler was making tracks for the near post, but he wasn't allowed to by Lupi. Lupi kept himself there and kept pushing him away from goal.
Well, he was certainly sniffing for an opening then, Karl-Heinz Riedler. Orlando into Baiano. And this time, as the applause of the Lazio defenders will tell you, there was an offside flag, which Baiano readily accepts. It's work cut out today, the referee. 4 bookings and 1 sending off. That's the official word, 4 at least, I would say. Maybe 1 or 2 more. He was certainly brandishing the card around earlier on.
I think he's made a lot of hard work for himself. I think if referees and players got together and communicated more, not only in Italy but all over the world, I'm sure there'd be less bookings, less sending-offs, and a slightly better atmosphere in which to play the game.
It's Batistuta. And it's a throw, not a free kick, that Fiorentina have earned. Goes Effenberg very firmly there. Laudrup, upended, free kick. Foul by Dragucci. Laudrup, who's been a constant menace to Lazio, with his speed off the mark and his tight, close control. Baiano with the free kick for Fiorentina. Signori certainly isn't far enough away. Bonomi just got there then before Effenberg. And again, Lazio here being pinned back in their own half. Orlando. Whipped the ball away. And that will earn him a rebuke from the referee, I would think. Maybe not. And here's the news we expected. Marco van Basten has struck again, 5-4 to Milan. No real surprise, the scoreline might be, but Van Basten, well, hat-trick's pretty commonplace for him. Signori, was a great ball through Riedler. Some very good goalkeeping then by Alessandro Manini.
Excellent football. Signori taking on 2 or 3 defenders, slipping it through. Another great run from Riedler. And Manini, who's had an excellent game this afternoon, pulling off a super save.
Fiorentina survive and look to build themselves now. Orlando. Lupi. Here's Effenberg. Off goes Batistuta. Oh, he got away from the goalkeeper and he has scored! A second goal for Batistuta. Fiore didn't get there. 2-2. And Batistuta has struck again. 27 minutes into the second half. And well, the warning signs were there. Fiorentina have been threatening a second goal and they've got one now.
Yes, that's right, and I think Fiore will be furious with himself. He's actually made his mind. There's another darting run by Batistuta, but he would actually have had to stop that ball. Fiore made his mind up for him by dashing off his line like that. If he hadn't have done so, he'd have had to take a touch and perhaps cross it, and Lazio would have been in position perhaps maybe to have cleared it.
Well, that's a real quality finish then by Batistuta. The Argentine, who's been so outstanding since his move to Fiorentina. And, well, what relief for Gigi Radice, the coach of Fiorentina. The man who's invested so much money, and he's been given so much money to spend during the summer. And he's hoping it's going to bring reward this season by a serious challenge on those top sides in Italy. Draw last week, now they're back on level terms here. And there's certainly plenty of promise for them to build on. Lazio 2, Fiorentina 2. Bacci. Galashali. that Sampdoria are leading Ancona by 3-2. Sampdoria, remember, down to 10 men with Catalans having been dismissed. And it's 3-1 to Juventus against Atalanta. And Gianluca Vialli has scored for Juventus. This is Fuser now. Another very forceful run by him. And here's Orlando on the break for Fiorentina. Maiano is chasing. I think play will be brought back though for the foul on Orlando. Released by Juventus. He had only a few months with Juve before they decided to move him on. Didn't play in the first team there. But he impressed a lot of people in his first season, as I was saying earlier, at Fiorentina. Lost his way a bit last time. Now hoping to make his mark in this campaign, as Laudrup is doing here. It was Baiano who came in.
My word, that was brilliant football. That's a great 1-2 between Laudrup and Effenberg. And Baiano there breaking across the near post again and getting first to the ball. I would have thought he would have scored there, but he's lifted it over the top. A tremendous running off the ball from Laudrup.
At this stage, if it looks to be a winner, it looks to be more likely it's going to be Fiorentina.
It's amazing what a goal does. It's perked them up no end. They're actually trying to get the ball back slightly quicker. Everybody's running off the ball for each other, making space, and it looks a different Fiorentina at the moment.
Well, we brought you 6 goals last week. Lazio away to Sampdoria. 4 so far in this one. And hopefully you're enjoying the entertainment on offer from the best league in the world. Aaron Winter. Fuser. An excellent pass in by Winter. Now Fuser. Just took it too far.
You're certainly right there, Peter. That really was an excellent pass from Winter. But Fuser has been superb this afternoon. He's prepared to work hard for the side. He's shown a lot of flair when he gets forward, and he really has impressed me.
Laudrup. Here's Batistuta, another superb run by him. Archie, the covering defender. But he has made some fabulous runs, Batistuta. He's a big man too, he covers the ground very quickly. And he's on a hat-trick now. His confidence will be sky high. Carnashali taking the throw. Fiorentina, no question of them settling on this 2-2 scoreline. They're looking for a winner. Di Mauro with a shot that was charged down by Bacci. Orlando. Lupi. Noguchi with a rather aimless, sloppy clearance. Orlando. Pioli to Carnashali. Fiorentina enjoying a lot of possession at the moment. Laudrup. Baiano. Some lovely little combinations though to admire from these Fiorentina players.
They're doing it exactly right as well. To play against 10 men isn't easy, but if you keep width on the field, move the ball around nice and fast, you'll create the opening eventually with the extra man.
Aaron Winter. Now Laudrup for Fiorentina. I don't think there's any question he is going to be a major force in the Italian league this season. A really inspired capture by Fiorentina and their coach Gigi Radici.
He's a defender's nightmare. He's so direct and fast that he anticipates the tackle, which is the important thing from his point of view, and the defenders actually end up bringing him down all the time.
Here's Laudrup now. Baiano. Away from Noguchi. Effenberg. Still Fiorentina camped in the Lazio half. Probing for an opening. Flags up. I'm sure Batistuta knew. They're attacking Lazio from all angles here, Fiorentina. Very impressive in the second half, albeit with the extra man. Macaulin trying to pick out Riedler. Pioli, though, was there. He's had a solid game at the back. Laudrup now to Effenberg. Pioli. Orlando. Laudrup. Got plenty up in support here. Orlando had made the run through the middle. Laudrup. Testuta taking up a good position if they'd found him then. Effenberg. Lazio can't get the ball back off Fiorentina. Lupi. 10 minutes to go. Lazio 2, Fiorentina 2. One back by Laudrup. And a lot of frustration creeping in now among the Lazio fans. We're seeing their team having to backpedal, and they're being overrun at the moment. Lupi to Orlando. Laudrup. Off he goes again. Tremendous burst by Laudrup. Bonomi to the rescue. And a free kick given to Lazio.
Yeah, that's good football from Fiorentina. They're keeping the ball nicely, moving it around and waiting for Laudrup to go on one of them bursts and get it across the face of the box. It's going to be very difficult for Lazio because this is where fatigue creeps in now. When you're not touching the ball for 2 and 3 minutes and all you're doing is harrying and chasing, that's when the fatigue creeps in.
Winter lost out there to Baiano, who scampered away from him till Bonomi came in with the tackle. Macaulin, Fuser. This is Macaulin, just 20 years old. And quite clearly impeded then by Pioli. So a Lazio free kick. Taken by Fuser. Macaulin. Here's Riedler. Faced by Facenda. Was got clear of him. Still Riedler. And it was Pioli with the saving tackle for Fiorentina.
That was great football from Riedler. He was feinting to cross it last minute. Just stuck it through his legs, and he was a bit unfortunate that the defender had read it and got across and covered. Good football from Brackley.
Now, corner then to Lazio. 2-2 with Fiorentina, and the minutes beginning to run out. And they've had to defend for a lot of this second half of Lazio. They're taking Signori off now. Maybe something of a surprise, and Carino is coming on. So they've taken off a major attacking influence to bring on Carino. So clearly they don't want to give anything away now. But as the home side, I would have thought they'd settle for a 2-2. Anyway, here's Laudrup. Bonomi.
Well, when you think Fuser's no slouch, Laudrup left him over 10 yards by 2 or 3. That was really quick acceleration.
7 minutes to go. Di Mauro for Fiorentina. Ganashali. Here's Pioli. Winter. What support does Winter have? Cavalli. Really slow and methodical build-up here by Lazio. And a pretty dreadful service at the end of it. Just looking at the Paul Gascoigne situation, Ray, when Aaron Winter is out there now. Thomas Dohler's gone off. These are the two players who will be competing for a place in the side. I presume that Riedler is going to be picked every week. What are your thoughts on it now?
Well, I wouldn't fancy having to compete against those two to actually get a game. I've been very impressed with both. Thomas Dohler I thought was quite wonderful over the hour that he was on the field for. and Vinta has looked very fit, very mobile, very disciplined, and that's something that Lazio have got to have in the middle of the field, is the discipline. With so many good attacking players, they must have someone with the discipline to sit there and hold. And it's going to be a difficult task for Paul Gascoigne. One I'm quite sure that he's up to, but a very difficult task.
Pioli with Orlando. Paul Gascoigne, just to recap for anyone who may have missed it earlier on, is hoping to play later this month, first against Tottenham in the friendly, and then the home league game against Genoa.
I'm sure having Paul Gascoigne sitting in the stands actually gives these guys an enormous spur to do really well, because I'm sure once Paul is fully fit and gets in the side, it's going to be very, very difficult to shift him.
Laudrup. Now then to Effenberg. Pace has certainly slackened towards the end of the game, as you'd expect really with the heat today. Now Baiano. And it was fairly frenetic early on. It was Orlando who kept charging through. See Gazza in action at the moment. We can hear his views on Italian football in the programme he presents on Saturday mornings. Don't miss that, 10:30 on Channel 4. All the goals from today's games as well, you can see. Highlights from the Juventus game. Plenty of goals around today. Milan still leading 5-4 in their match with Pescara, the last we heard. Sampdoria 3-2 up. Away to Ancona. And I'm hearing that Juventus are now 4-1 up against Atalanta. It's Baiano who was onside. Fiore came hurtling out. And the referee was right on the spot. And I think quite rightly, saw nothing wrong with the challenge there from Fiore. This is Pioli. Continues to look composed and steady at the back. Orlando. We have 3 minutes left now. Lazio 2, Fiorentina 2. Here's Laudrup with Batistuta. Laudrup onto the return. Again, delightful approach play. And Batistuta almost in them with a chance. Marcolin for Lazio. Riedler. Well, that was a rather casual return though from Riedler. Shouldn't give Marcolin too much chance. Pioli. Here's Lupi. Di Mauro. Elegantly through. Just too long though for Lupi, who made a rare excursion upfield for Fiorentina. Marashale with Riedler, who climbs so high. Very difficult to outsmart in the air is Riedler. Fuser, Winter, Marcolin. Off goes Winter. Over it though, by Fashenda. Effenberg. We're now into the last 2 minutes of the match. Laudrup with Effenberg. I don't think Laudrup would have got there, but his run was curtailed anyway by Marcolin. Another yellow card.
I think we've seen two instances in the second half of their understanding from Bayern Munich there. That was another really superb one too. I'm sure Laudrup would have got on the end of that. But that's the advantage of having two strangers in the side that have come from the same club. I'm sure Laudrup and Effenberg would be great acquisitions for Fiorentina this season.
Effenberg waiting to take the free kick. Just checking over with the bench there to see how long there is to go, and it's not too long. There's another substitution made by Fiorentina. Berger, who's a former Lazio player, has come on. hasn't got too long to impress. Orlando is the player that he has replaced. Rufo Emiliano Verga, and he's gone straight up front. Ettenberg chipping it through. So almost into injury time. And I think there'll be a little bit of time added on by referee Balbas. The time first, Ray, for your reflections on the game.
Yes, I think it's been a shame actually that Crivero got sent off, because we had two sides that were going hammer and tongs to win the game. Since that sending off, obviously Lazio have been under the collar just a little bit too much, and it's been a bit one-way traffic. But I think up until the Crivero sending off, a very enjoyable match.
And a match finishes all square. 2-2. The final score in the Olympic Stadium in Rome. Lazio having led 2-1, having that lead pulled back by Battistuta's second goal of the game. And in fairness to Fiorentina, they were certainly well worth their point. And a very enjoyable match, with plenty of good football and enterprise shown by both teams. Now we can see here the goal that brought the scores level.